Guess who was sitting 5 seats down from us last night at the Caleb Plant fight?
Was it Zab?
Jamel Charlo.
Oh, get out. All right, there's some big news. I mean, we've had rumors floating around. We did get somewhat of a confirmation a couple of weeks ago, but stamp this one official. Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora, the rematch, straight to management. Glen Jennings, how long have you been sleeping on this one?
Yeah, it's been a while, mate, to be honest. Got this done a while ago, but a lot of moving parts with the Manny Pacquiao side. So, of course, it's a Manny show and Tim's the co-main event. So it's fantastic to be able to say, yep, it's on. Tickets go on sale very soon, and we're expecting it to be an absolute massive full house.
Tim was very adamant that he obviously wanted Fundora, and I thought that was going to be the smartest option. And obviously, as a team that you guys support, ultimately the CEO, which is Tim Tszyu. But that Thurman thing was a real option. Was that a plan B, or was that the plan, but this just came to fruition?
They were both running simultaneously side by side, and obviously all based on outcomes from Keith Thurman and Brock Jarvis. And so, look, Keith was an absolute option for us. And I guess the fact that Sebastian honoured the rematch and gave us that opportunity, Tim was straight to the point. It was a very quick conversation. It's a WBC world title. Tell me when. Tell me where.
It's how he rolls, isn't it? All right. So
yeah, it is. He really is. That's the truth of the matter, mate. There's not much thought goes into it for Tim. He knows exactly what he wants, and he believes he's ready, as we do, and we're backing him all the way.
And there was a lot of promise in that first fight. I think that was the toughest thing watching from the outset, let alone what his team might have felt or him. But you could see in those early rounds, he was beating him initially, and then obviously whatever happened in a split decision too. So take the blood out of it, a split decision. I mean, I think there's a lot of hope in that fight for everyone watching. I think you think he can win.
I think everybody got left with a feeling of, Tim was winning. Did he really sort of lose that, and all the circumstances and the blood and guts and everything that went with it? It's just one of those opportunities that resurfaced with the rematch, and we're just really pleased that he gets that chance to go back and correct what he believes to be, for him, a wrong. He's quite confident that he would have gone on to win that fight based on what we've seen in the first couple of rounds pre the bad cut on the forehead. But it's boxing, mate. We just took everything as an opportunity to reset and relearn, and we've been through a rough trot. 2024 is just a terrible time, but we learn a lot, and we've come through the other side. We had a good win with Joey Spencer, and Tim's confidence is good. He's physically ready to go. So let's go. Let's bring it on.
As they say, if it was easy, everyone would do it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Think about it for a minute. It's
hard.
Not many get the opportunity to fight for a world title, let alone at the MGM Grand, the iconic boxing theatre, and even more rare on a Manny Pacquiao card. So we'll take that, mate, for sure.
Well, you touched down in Vegas just the other day. I guess you got to go face to face with Sebastian Fundora again. Did you look at him and go, "Oh, shit, he actually really is that big as I remember"?
Yeah, he is. He is. He's got those massive levers, mate, like a big robotic lever. But look, Sebastian and his team, they're just great people. It doesn't take away from the fact that we've got a very tough fight. Both the boys now know each other better. But also, too, for Tim, he's got a full camp working on the big 6 foot plus southpaws, whereas last time we had 7 days. So that's all favourable for us. And Tim's in a very good place. And, we hit Vegas. We've done the press conference there. We've just got back to LA in the last half an hour. One more press conference, and then we're on a flight home on Tuesday night. So it's in and out, take care of business. Tim's going to be home doing his camp in Australia, and then we'll head out and for a couple of weeks just before the fight.
Is that a planned camp? Is that because obviously he's been prone to be going in them? I mean, he loves going to America. You can even see him when he rolled into Vegas. He got that that buzz of big time boxing again. You can just see him. He just glows a little different when he's in that city.
Yeah, look, it has its ups and downs, Vegas. You get the buzz from it all and everything, but you also you're not in your comfort of being at home. And Tim's got all his own recovery systems in place at his house. So he just felt that it was better for him, distraction free, just to stay at home. We've got great sparring partners arriving pretty much the same time we do when we land this week back in Sydney. All the work is done logistically for him to get the very best preparation, and I don't think it's a bad thing. If Tim feels that it's right for him, then that's what we do.
Yeah, I think that's awesome, and it's also great for I guess the community will see him around. He'll hopefully pop up here and there, obviously focused on Sebastian Fundora, but then we get the big send off ultimately, go and bring it back, and then hopefully the homecoming with the green belt, which is awesome.
Yeah.
The MGM Grand in particular, if I'm right, was Costa's only fight there Zab Judah? I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? Because everything else was Mandalay Bay. I'm pretty sure
We've done, yeah. Well, we were at Mandalay Bay for the press conference, and we were talking about that. And yeah, Zab was the MGM Grand, the great night, and it's always nice to go back there. But Mandalay Bay, we had a lot of fights down there. They're only a block away from each other, but the MGM has the history, mate. It's just that iconic theatre of war, and I'm really happy for Tim that he gets to go there instead of T-Mobile and experience that, and knowing that he's in the same room that his dad took care of Zab Judah is another bonus, you know.
He won't be able to switch that memory off. That's a pretty awesome thing to do. Is that the footage? You know, the infamous footage of Kostya getting Tim in his blue shirt over the over the ropes? That could even be MGM, I think, potentially.
No, that was Jesse James Lahar. In at the Telstra Dome in Melbourne, 44,000 people for Jesse James Lahar in Melbourne. So the boys didn't really travel to the US to watch Dad fight. There was very little family travelled, so it was just a small group of us went and took care of the business, and it was only ever for 2 weeks. We didn't do any long camps over there. It was just like we're doing this time with Tim, doing all the camp work at home, bringing the sparring partners in, and then going over for 2 weeks to sharpen up and get the weight right.
Are they the same sparring partners you used the first time around for him, or is there
actually... Yeah, one of them is. One of them is Michael Fox, the professor. Michael's 6'4.5", southpaw. So he's excited. And Mike's just had a great fight against Sergey Boachuk and went the distance with Sergey. He didn't win the fight, but he knocked Sergey down at the end of the fight. So, and he's got another fight coming up in July, and he's a good friend of ours, and he's a really great sparring partner. And we've got another young big buck coming over from New Zealand, 6'3", southpaw. So Tim's really going to have great preparation because he's got the time to really put the work in on the Southies this time. Remember last time when it all happened, I think by the time we had Mike and the other big boy from Baltimore on the flight that day, and I think we had him for 7 or 8 days, which is not a lot of sessions to turn that around from Keith Thurman to Sebastian Fundora. But and not to forget either that, you know, the controversy with the cut and all that stuff aside, Tim only lost that by a point on a split decision. So we're confident that Tim will really, you know, take care of the business this time, and as you should be with your fighter, confident.
Yeah, I saw Justin Fortune was quoted saying that he should be telling Tim to get here now. Like, what are you doing? He was questioning Tim staying at home. He said he could have been doing some strength and conditioning with Manny or something like that. Did you consider that at all?
No, we didn't. And again, to be honest, we've seen Manny, and we've seen the entourage with Manny and the distraction with Manny, and that's not ideal. Fair call for Justin to say, come on over. I appreciate that. But in this instance, I think we can get the sparring we need, and if we do that in the right circumstance at home, it's distraction-free. And this event will have a lot of distractions, mate. The interest in this event, they were saying yesterday, the VIP release volume was bigger than Canelo for this fight for Manny Pacquiao. And you know what that means, that there's a lot of you got Barrios with a massive Mexican following, and you've got Pacquiao who'll bring half of the Philippines to Vegas. So that building will be sold out. And with Manny yesterday, the distraction was amazing. Like the media just flocked towards him. And Tim was on the end of a lot of media activity as well. And Tim and Manny spent most of the day together doing press and media. So it's very much the Tim and Manny show. So we're really, really jazzed to be a co-main event on something like that. But I think distraction-wise, I think it's a good move for us team-wise to take Tim back home where he can just focus on the job and then come in and we'll polish up for the final 2 weeks.
It's going to be an amazing fight week. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I get in, I think, the Saturday before fight week officially starts.
Yep.
So you best believe I'm going to be hitting you up going, where are yous?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of Aussies going. I've had a lot of inquiry about seating and tickets and all of that stuff. And I think it goes on sale Wednesday, our time in Australia.
Yeah.
Look, get in quick if you're going to grab seats for this one, because I've been to the MGM Grand for sellouts, and it's amazing. Not as good as Zoo Castle.
I mean, yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a special one. It's a very special one, and whether we see Manny ever again, who knows? All outcome based. There's a lot of talk. You know, if Manny wins, you can bet your bottom dollar they'll be lining up Floyd Mayweather for a mega fight. There's so much talk going on, and that's all part and parcel of the excitement of this fight compared to most of the standalone fights have their own energy, but this one's mega. It's just Manny Pacquiao, 4 years out of the ring, 46-year-old, taking on a big lump of a lad, Mario Barrios. It's exciting. And it's interesting at the presser. One of the questions that got asked of Sebastian was, what do you think about this fight? And Sebastian said, well, 12 months ago it was fight of the year. This one's going to be fight of the decade. We're going to steal the show. So expect it to be a very, very exciting night.
It is awesome. And also when you do see Tim in those environments as well, he suits and fits the environment. He doesn't look like he's a boxer that just happens to get this Vegas opportunity. Like you said, the Tim and Manny show, it does feel like he belongs at that level in that room full of those sort of people. Yeah.
You know what, mate? Interestingly for me, in the background watching, the volume of people who acknowledged Tim, wanted photos with Tim, stopped him, a lot of Mexican support, huge Mexican support. And the general consensus is that whilst he never got the decision on the Fundora one, I know from a management point of view, we all hurt from the loss, but we couldn't have asked for a better launch into the American market, into the boxing psyche of the American people watching that card, and everybody that watched it afterwards that missed the fight, based on it was just a blood and guts war. And that was, and the American market now knows who Tim Tszyu is, and it's so damn obvious from where we used to be when we came over for Terrell Gachet to where Tim is today. He nowhere near the level of Manny Pacquiao, nor would it be, but he's very well known over here and very well received, and everybody wants a photo and everyone wants a selfie, and it takes us forever to get from point A to point B. So it's just been a really crazy few days. And to top it off, I think you'll enjoy this one. Guess who was sitting 5 seats down from us last night at the Caleb Plant fight?
Was it Zab?
Jamel Charlo.
Oh, get out.
Yeah. And
how was that?
He came over, he walked into our aisle, and he seen me first, and Tim was right on my right-hand side, and he said, Jamel seen me, and we've had exchanges before, and he shook my hand, and then he seen Tim, and to me, he was a bit shocked. And he didn't really know. So he was, "Oh, Tim, congratulations on your win. It's great to see you. You're back at the top of the game and everything." And Tim was wanting to say, you can see Tim wanted to say, "Hey, dude, we've got unfinished business." But it was such a nice exchange. And then he shuffled off to his seat. And I looked down at him a few times, and he was really studying the Caleb Plant fight for his brother, because if Caleb had won last night, him and Jamal were scheduled. But how ironic, eh? Jamel Charlo.
Yeah, I was
our old nemesis.
And no bad blood. Well, obviously, it would be underneath Tim's skin, no doubt. But yeah, interesting that he was so polite, because you'd almost think like, "Hey, you keep my belt. If you win, keep my belt like warm and stuff like that." That's the challenge.
Yeah. And even Matty Rose, who was with us, Matty said, "Oh, God, I can't work that out." He's been having a chop at everyone in the last week, including Tim. And yet, in face to face, he was really, really, very friendly and very, very appreciative. And it sort of took us a bit by shock. We expected a bit of an exchange, and we were sort of ready. And and that's boxing. You've got to sell, and you've got to be entertaining in those little exchanges. But it never happened, mate.
But they're saying September for him, aren't they? Is that right?
Who knows with those guys? I think they said today that it was Jamal's fight last night was 554 days since his last fight, and so they don't. There's no rush for him, is there?
No. Well, one thing we are looking forward to is Tim Tszyu back in the ring. It's July 19 from Las Vegas, the MGM Grand, 20 at home, KO and main event. Obviously, we'll have it here in Prime around the world. So he is doing
and tickets go on sale Wednesday, mate. So just jump on and get yourself there. And it's a great opportunity. The airfare prices have all dropped too, mate, which is good. So get yourself to Vegas for a week and enjoy this one. It's going to be massive. The press conference, the weigh-in, it's all going to be huge. And if you have not seen Manny Pacquiao and what happens when Manny Pacquiao is around, this is a great opportunity, and you might not get another chance to do it.
Absolutely. Well, game on. Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora to the rematch. Just before I go, last time he saw Samson, he called him a rat. How did that go? Just quickly.
Oh, yeah, no, that was good. Samson was fine, and he said hello to Tim. There's no issue there. That was a one-off sort of thing. But look, at the end of the day, mate, we were all business this week, and we intend to be all business on July 19th, and we intend to bring that magnificent green belt back home to Sydney.
All I can tell you is I got a little one, mate. That's all I can offer you. You can get a much bigger, proper one, Jenno.
Go, you good thing. Have you got a manager?
I've opened offers. What do you got?
Good on you,
real one.
Good on you.
Thanks, Jenno. And keep an eye out. Check out all Tim's socials, of course, and Fight Life Management. You've got a bunch coming up. Liam Wilson's in the ring again soon, and I saw Vegas.
Yeah, Liam and Vegas Larfield on Cairns, up in Cairns on the 26th of January. Cooper O'Connell's in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep.
Announcement on Shannon shortly. There's so much going on, mate. It's just crazy. But and then Nikita will be back soon. So yeah, exciting times for all of us. Busy time for everyone. But let's right now the big ticket is Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora. It's the revenge tour for Tim, redemption. We're going to go back, and Tim's going to give it all he's got and come home with that belt.
Lovely. Thanks, Jenno.
You're welcome, mate. Good to talk to you.